Alright. Hey everyone, this is Chaotic Teal, and welcome back to more Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Last time... This time, we're gonna, actually make some progress or something, I don't know. The world is our oyster now, and it is a very easily cracked one. So, the first thing we want to do is get out of the library. Honestly, as much as I'd be annoyed, it'd be really funny. Okay, I do still have both of them equipped. I kind of do want to equip something else here, though. That'll do. Just so I have another option. Anyway, it'd be kind of funny if we got another Chrysogrim drop on the way out of the library. It looks like we're not going to, but that's entirely okay with me. Notably, it's not like we're completely invincible now. We can still get hit by stuff. It's just that very few things are going to survive long enough to hit us. I think I'm just gonna keep heading in this sort of clockwise direction. Here we've got the creature. Notably, the Fist of Tolkis, I kind of showed this last time. It gives you a little Hadoken as a... We didn't even really use Chrysogrim. And now we have Dracula's Tooth. But yeah, you got a secondary attack with the Fist of Tolkis that gives you a Hadoken, which is fun. And also, thanks to both Smash and Mega Man X, is one of the only command inputs that I reliably remember. There we go. And it's no slouch either. The Fist of Tolkis actually has higher base damage than Chrysogrim. Is there something like right here? Yes. Okay, but it does look like... Yeah, we've connected back around. Cool. Oh, good. Life max up. Is this warp room? No. This is that different area. Okay. Ooh. We got beam skeletons now. They make annoying noises. Does it still work here? I don't actually remember. It might not. Unless I have to hold down. We'll see. Okay. I don't think that works in this castle. Not that it really matters, because we can already turn into mist. Okay, I was actually intending to punch the skeleton there. There we go. Okay, I don't know if that works, but since we've got mist, it doesn't really matter. I'll be the first to admit that, given how bonkers the Chrysogrim is, damage types don't matter that much. Really, the only justification that I have for not using the Chrysogrim for everything is I would like to pretend that I can't completely eat the game for breakfast. But what I do know is that skeletons and the like are weak to slashing damage, or bludgeoning damage, rather. I think I've gone over it before, but Symphony uses the common damage type, or physical damage types of slashing, piercing, and blunt damage. It looks like Thornweeds are more vulnerable to slashing damage, which is what the Chrysogrim does naturally. But skeletons and... it could just be that they're resistant to bludgeoning damage rather than weak to slashing damage. Anyway. Skeletons, armored enemies are weak to bludgeoning. Right, I forgot about those, they're the worst. This is an iron ball, the presence of which just makes you think of the Dracula's Castle section in World of Light. But yes, the point is that we've hit a level of bonkers overpowered that the weapon triangle means nothing to us. Also, it's not a proper weapon triangle. That is an incorrect use of that term. As for other uses of the... whoops. Ah! Oh, that does a lot of damage. Okay. Let's... I would like to be slightly less dead. Well, I've got plenty of ramen from... Okay, ramen's not very useful for being more than slightly less dead. That's a shame. Well, let's try the meal ticket. Oh, that just... provides us a random food item. Interesting. Potassium? Potassium. We'll go with this for now. And we'll just try not to be bad. Okay. I want to say this is the pathway to the underground waterway and the catacombs and such. Which is now the peak of the castle. Yes. It also has one of my favorite songs in the game. Okay, so all that healing was kind of irrelevant anyway. I mean, again, we have enough food items at this point that I actually do want to keep holy water. I'd much rather lean towards caution than die. Ooh, that's a diamond. As you can see, based on the convenient text that says diamond. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Balloon pots are the worst because you hit them and they spew these little spores out that'll poison you. Nope. Nope, don't want the axe. I think that part of why part of why I enjoy the soul system that's in the Sorrow games is that it doesn't have the same risk of losing the weapon you're in the middle of trying to use, or needing to specifically find whatever item you want or need to use at any given time. Because with souls, you can just go into the menu and switch them whenever. It's super nice. Some weapons definitely do have a place with the system they use, though. Yeah. As with before, there is the giant freaking pit that will also get us to or from here. And actually, I am going to make use of it now, for map completion's sake, and also so I can come in here. Yeah, we'll get that in a minute. Ooh, Terminus Est. Is that gonna be where the banana was? Poison Executioner's Sword. Okay. Kinda neat. Again, there's not much reason to switch from what we've got right now, but still a kind of cool looking sword. And we're poisoned. And I think Symphony is one of the ones that has kind of a weird response to poison. Are we still poisoned? No, we're good. Okay. We got past it. And yeah, there's just actual peanuts in the room where the succubus was in the original castle. And of course, a save point. Across the hall. Which makes this an oddity, because most places where there was a boss in the original castle, there is at least something relevant there in the inverted castle. Oh yeah, poison. In most games, poison's kind of a damage over time effect. In Symphony, and at least some of the other Castlevanias, it's an attack debuff. Which is kind of weird. There we go. So let's save down here now that we're... Well, I guess up here. Now that we're here. Whoop. Okay, and we want to come down this way, up this way. Directions are weird when the entire place is flipped upside down. And the underground waterway is one of the weirdest locations in the inverted castle. Because getting map completion, you can't really transform very well in the water. A lot of the time, what you have to do to get close enough through to reach those higher map segments, turn into a wolf as you're jumping, because that allows your actual position to get slightly higher than if you're Alucard, or if you're a more human-shaped vessel. We're going to be doing a lot of bonking our head on the ceiling as a wolf. We can do better than that. There. The wolf can't actually move horizontally when we're underwater or above water, but it's better than the bat or the mist, which actually just don't work. I don't know why those cave troll tongues make that sound. But we're good. At least for this room. Which gives us Force of Echo. Which yeah, allows the echolocation ability of the bat to deal damage. I will admit that I have trouble envisioning that being useful, but it's kind of fun. Granted, again, when you have Chrysogrim, very little else is going to be useful. Oglamir. Is that a weapon or an accessory? Ah, that is an accessory. I thought I recognized the name. That is based on a significant necklace in the Silmarillion. Well, that was collectively very rude. Fine. Not that Bear is much better against the Punchy Boy. This just in. Giant flower demons are not resistant to fists. Okay, so we want to go to the left up here. As janky as it can be. Oh, hello. Got another doppelganger. He's rude. And not nearly as fashionable. You know what you don't have that I do? Friends. You know what you do have? A rock. Am I toying with the doppelganger? Yes. Did it matter? Not really. You can always kind of tell if there's going to be a boss in a room based on whether or not the game takes a while to load. Ah, yes. The Dark Octopus Room. This room's just annoying. So I don't have any issue with eliminating that annoyance. Get a Dark Blade. Forged by elves. I always want to at least try out new weapons. Even if I know that they are going to be inferior to what I have. The good news is, sashimi. I don't know why they felt the need to just put an octopus room down there. That's where we fought Scylla, though. Or I guess this is where we fought Scylla. Just past where the worm was initially. But that takes care of that side. We'll stop by the save room again, because we're here. And then we'll go over to the right. One of the things that I do find pretty interesting about this game overall is that for pretty much everything in the game, there is some means to completely trivialize it. You are swimming upside down. That is illegal, and you must stop. Ooh, our max up. Doesn't seem to be anything up here, though. There is a significant optional boss coming up in this area. that we don't yet have the thing that can trivialize it. We're taking a lot of damage here. But yeah, we don't yet have the thing that can trivialize it. The thing that can trivialize it isn't just having Chrysogrim. And going to get the thing that would trivialize it would take us pretty far out of the way. That was part of why I kind of hesitated on whether or not I wanted to do the Waterway right now. But ultimately, I think it's more interesting, especially since we do have the Chrysogrim, which bends every fight in our favor. Yeah, this is fine. This is the one entrance and exit here. Got Gaibons here on their own. They have not been working out. You know, trying to use a fisticuff weapon against a flying enemy is reminding me why flying resists fighting type in Pokemon. Have you ever tried to punch a bird? Oh look, Slogger. Punch in face. Bonk. Oh, hello.
So you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
Not while there is breath in my body.
Then, for the master, I'll feast on your soul this night.
So here we have Death. He's a friend. Okay, I was gonna say, I think he's got 2 phases. I don't think the fight's already over. Okay, there we go. That's an attack that does more than 1 damage. Ah. Well, that was a required fight, at least. Hey, Demon. You wanna press that switch and see?
There's a switch. Perhaps I should press it.
Thanks. Okay, anyway. No, I want my holy water, please. I do like the sub-weapons a lot more in games like Harmony of Dissonance or Lament of Innocence, where you can equip other things that will change the exact usage of the sub-weapon. I mean, I didn't get very far in Lament of Innocence before kind of deciding that I wasn't feeling it right now. And I mean, in the last 3 weeks, I have... yeah, right about 3 weeks. I played through Rondo of Blood. Well, Rondo of Blood is back a little bit further than that, but in the last month and a half, I played Rondo of Blood, I played through most of Symphony of the Night, I played Aria of Sorrow, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, part of Portrait of Ruin, that's still an axe, and now part of Lament of Innocence as well. I played a lot of Castlevania recently is the point, and it's no big surprise that I'm not totally feeling more Castlevania games right now. I figured it might be a little different because Lament is one of the 3D games. And it is, but just not really what I'm feeling like right now. But in Lament of Innocence, you get... oh, finally, the Alucard sword. You don't get the Alucard sword. I don't think you get the Alucard sword. Combat is whip-based in Lament of Innocence. You're still a Belmont in that game. This warp room? Heck yeah. Okay. Anyway, you get orbs from beating area bosses, and each of those orbs changes the impact of, or changes the effect of sub-weapons when you equip it. So for instance, the one thing that I'd really done with the cross sub-weapon normally, you get just a couple of little crosses circling you. But with the one orb that I got, you get instead a much larger cross that just kind of floats in front of you for a while. You can use it as almost a shield. It's kind of cool. Oh, hey. We can use the Cat Eye Circlet here to get significant healing from the witches. And yes, that cat would normally cause damage. Harmony of Dissonance is really cool in that regard, though, because you get spellbooks. And those spellbooks completely change what the sub-weapons do. and give them different elements based on what book it is. There's even a book that actually lets you use them to summon monsters. I got it, but I never used it. I feel a little bad about hitting the cats that the witch turns into. I guess they're called Salome in this game, which is probably a corruption of Salem, if I had to guess. Though I think there were also Salem witches in the regular catacombs, so I don't fully remember. It's actually kind of loud, that might be picking up on mic. Hope not. Sorry if it has been. Okay. That's as far as this goes. Uh-oh. Also, for whatever reason, blood skeletons come in a lot of colors in this area. Oh yeah, we can unequip the spike breaker now. Symphony of the Night and a lot of the other similarly designed Castlevania games get criticized a fair bit for being easy. The cat is stuck. The cat is going. Sword familiar is not a cat sword. Anyway. I think part of what I really enjoy about Symphony is just how many different ways there are to bend the game over your knee. I'm personally not huge on just fulfilling power fantasy and things like that. But it is pretty cool when you just get to feel like a walking menace. I think that once again, we went in the opposite direction from the save room here. Oh, these are regular skeletons. Also, the hellish portion of this area is mint flavored. Necklace of J. Just a defense boosting item. I guess if we wanted to go ridiculous, we could equip the Noglamir instead of the Ring of Arcana. But I kind of like things where they are. Okay, these are blood skeletons. Okay, nothing in here. I know I've said it before, but I do apologize for just how much I check the map in these games, he says as he checks the map again. I like to get my bearings. I will also admit that I'm not super confident in my sense of direction. Though the other thing is, I want to make sure that I am covering every area in a room. So, up here is where we fought Legion in the main castle. In this castle, this is a bonus boss. This is Gallimoth. He is very large. He hits very hard. Effectively, Gallimoth is scary. Also, flashing lights warning for pretty much the rest of this fight. God, this Y-hander has such a rad sprite. Right, we want the Fist of Tulkas for its defense bonus. Okay, that's not enough. So you can see, this is not an easy fight. I'm going to give it a couple of tries. And I think my first mistake there was holding back on using the Chrysogram. Yeah, we've already been over there. I'm going to give this a couple of tries as we are now. Which is really just going to mean I'm going to walk up and I'm going to use Chrysogram a lot. Because that's how we do this here. Forgot about that attack. There is a circlet that we can get, which absorbs damage from electric attacks. That circlet makes Gallimoth a complete joke. Naturally. I would like to avoid using it. We can, with very little difficulty, tank physical hits from Gallimoth. That's not an issue at all. The cat is lonely. but I'm not going to let the cat in right now. We want Fistocus, there it is. Shoot. Oh shoot. Yeah. So again, Gallimoth is tough. If you can get out of range of that low lightning attack, you generally can't... You're not close enough to see what he's doing. Okay, I'm going to deal with the cat. Give me just a sec. Child, you are disturbing the peace. Fine. I'm quickly going to regret this, aren't I? Okay. We're gonna keep trying. Another time or two, I think. I don't feel like it's worthwhile to use high potions. Since they only heal 100 HP. Did I just stunlock Gallimoth? Did I stunlock Gallimoth? He's a hard boss, I promise! Interesting. Well... I didn't know that was an option. I mean, yeah, Chrysogrim, etc. But, like... You saw before that that didn't work. I don't know why that worked so well. I'm sure that's either documented or I got extremely lucky. Also, we now have the Gas Cloud ability, which means we do damage, we do contact damage with the power of Mist. Or the form of Mist, rather. Which is sweet. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that to go like it did. I can't really say it went well, since we did, you know, die multiple times. But... that was... fascinating. Ah yes, the room full of blood skeletons. We do not have the cat eye circlet equipped right now, so I don't really have a reason to deal with those. And yeah, we totally went past the save room at the start. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the fan real quick because it's getting kind of warm. I'm going to make sure that this little goon doesn't chew on any cables. What is your quest, small creature? You want to come up here? You want to leave? If your choice is play with the boxes, that's going to be noisy. So you're going to leave. So you have chosen leave. Okay. Anyway, I guess we can head through the rest of the waterway now. Still kind of processing that shenaniganry. Oh. It appears though the stream exploded. I'm gonna try and restart the stream and probably just upload this video after. If the stream doesn't start again, I guess we'll wrap things up though. So, we will see. It says I'm still connected to the internet, at least. While we wait on that, looks like we might be back. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna head back to the underground, or I don't know. There are names for these areas, but I don't ever remember them because it doesn't give you the little title cards in the inverted castle. I'm not sure exactly what caused the stream to explode. Maybe it was Gallimoth. But anyway, we're back in the Waterway. Got that pentagram. This is the waterfall room. The waterfall is significantly less intimidating when it's going up. Though I guess that might make it significantly more intimidating. Depending on who you ask. Okay, I'm gonna hover around here, see if there's anything like this. Little things we can pick up. We can't totally wing smash through the waterfall because, you know, we unbat. Also found a katana. Doesn't do too much to differentiate itself from any of the other swords, unfortunately. And again, Chrysogrum. Okay, hopefully that'll catch up in a minute. Yeah, there we go. If we take the shortcut out of the waterway, we are going to end up needing to loop back around to finish up that central area. There we go. Wrong button. Help, I keep turning into a bat when I intend to just turn back out of a wolf form. It's very particular. Fortunately, we can get high enough here not to strictly need the wolf form. Not that it's going to stop me from checking every time, because I trust nothing. The underground waterway is the main reason that the inverted castle map is slightly bigger than the regular castle. There are a couple of things that just worked out differently on the grid. But hey, we have the Alucard shield now. there are fish here. There weren't fish here a minute ago. Unless the sword familiar got ahead of me and took them out. Oh, another Noglemere. That's supposed to be unique. Oh well. You can also get 2 of the 1 ring in a New Game Plus playthrough, so... Okay. So we are... Oop. Kinda... waiting on parts of the center of the castle. I'm gonna hope that was correct, so this door will open. It was not. I keep missing. Okay. Bat. Fly through this way. Wolf. Run through this way. Cool. Some combination of the things that I did worked. The barrel circlet is the absorb electricity circlet. So that makes Gallimoth a joke. But he clearly didn't need help. I might have to do some research on that later. 'Cause I've never seen Gallimoth get stun-locked before. I mean, I've only watched 2 other playthroughs of this game, and played it myself another time and a half. That first time, the save file on my no longer properly functional PS3 actually is saved right before the Gallimoth fight. I got all the way there and didn't get to fight him. Ah, that's several damage. Like that to not. The Ouroboros has a significant drop, I think. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure I remember the Ouroboros having an important item. I guess I could be thinking of another Castlevania game, but I don't think so. Boop. Okay. We've gone through all of that, and we've got pretty much the lower right quadrant of the castle remaining, and the center. Which we'll get to. Nice catch. No, come back. I don't remember what that was. Its shocked animation and its attempt to run away gives me the impression that it's a kind of Metal Slime-esque enemy, but I don't remember it. So, oh well. Ah, I see. A talisman. The Nova Skeletons are actually comically fragile in this game. This, I believe, is the warp room. Yep. We don't need it right now, but it will be useful later. This is a save room. We do want that. Because despite my possession of Chrysogrim, I trust nothing. Sorry, now that the fan's on, it is a little colder in here, which was the goal. But that also means that I can just curl up in my blanket again. It's fuzzy blanket time of year. We could go off that way, but that way is another... I want to say that way is another kind of loop-back shortcut. This is where we fight the lesser demons again, but the lesser demon here can't summon anything. Oh right, I guess we've got all those resist element potions. That we probably could have used against Gallimoth. Oops. Oh, you can summon things. Maybe it's that you can only summon other lesser demons. Okay, well, I was gonna give you a chance to summon some stuff just so I could see, but Sword Familiar was not in agreement with that plan. Okay. That was a later part of this same area. This place in particular loops around on itself a lot. So I'm trying to avoid doing too much circuitous backtracking. To dubious effect, I acknowledge. Also, just to get it out there in advance, because I don't remember exactly. Yeah, see, there were Salem witches. Anyway, to get it out there in advance, the boss for this area is another one of the more, we'll say, unsightly bosses in the game. So, you know, be prepared for that. Because it's a thing. There we go. Right. If only I remembered the input for Soul Steel. There are several rooms in this area that are full of bitterflies, which are quirky and fun because they're invisible half the time. Admittedly, this would be more of an issue if we didn't have Chrysogrim. But it's still really annoying to be trying to jump around and get places, only to be smacked in the face by something that you can't even see. Okay, we're about at that boss. That is a door onward, so we're going to ignore it for now. We'll come back to it later. Here's the boss. This is Bialzebub, the Lord of the Flies. He is one of the more literal interpretations of the phrase Lord of the Flies that I've seen. He's also dead. At this point, I'm not sure if it's just Chrysogrim, or if I'm also quite over-leveled. Because those are both possibilities. There's another Ring of Arcana. Bialzebub, notably, is another optional boss. I mean, technically, the entire inverted castle is optional, in that you can get to the credits without ever playing it, or knowing it exists. But even for ending-related stuff in the inverted castle, unless you're going for the slight dialogue change from completing the entirety, or almost the entirety, I don't remember which, of both castles, map-wise. Unless that's what you're going for, it doesn't impact the end of the game at all. All you need is the Dracula relics, which do have actual effects. They give you stat buffs. They're not just plot coupons. See? We've got strength, intelligence, and luck plus 10 for the 3 that we found so far. The imps are annoying because they'll kind of grab onto you and make you do useless attacks for a little bit. I think... Alright, we didn't quite... I don't know what the Kingstone does. There. That section of the map is complete. Got a shield. Okay, what does the Kingstone do? Plus strength. Neat. Anyway. So at this point, we've got 2 routes forward. We could either go towards the center of the castle or up and around. I am in favor of the up and around option, simply because, to avoid spoiling things too heavily, the end game and the final boss take place in the center of the castle. So, I would rather come over here. There we go. And circle back around to where we started. Then go to the center of the castle. Which is still going to have a fair bit of stuff for us to do. Assuming that we don't... I mean, actually, I might... Depending on how they handle the shortcuts in this castle, because I think in general, the shortcuts in the inverted castle are just open. So I might loop through to connect. Good grief, sword familiar. Loop through to connect with the clock tower and the throne room area, and then duck back through the Colosseum to get into the center of the castle. I don't know, there's enough looping paths that we can go about this all number of ways. I just want to relatively minimize backtracking. Which, as we know, is only so possible. I think that there is a fan project that's working on essentially a classic Castlevania inspired by Symphony of the Night, or using Symphony's areas as individual levels rather than a connected castle. I think that's a thing that someone's working on for, like, the Super Nintendo or something. I don't remember exactly. There we go. Fortunately, the shape of the staircase is very nicely set up for the wing smash attack. That was a lot of blood. Sure was. Yeah, I don't actually quite want to be in here yet. Yeah, that should be the Colosseum. shortcut. Right here. So is this open? Oh, it just doesn't exist. Okay. Well, this is an option. We'll look into that more later. For now, we want to circle back around to the throne room. We can't really do anything with a confessional here, since it's, you know, upside down. One of the reasons that I don't really mind using Chrysagroom extensively, or just getting from room to room, is that the inverted castle really likes spamming enemies. It just can't get enough. So, Chrysagroom is definitely a nice option for crowd control. Granted, it would have been perfectly fine for it to be a nice option for crowd control that was a little bit less bonkers. Twilight Cloak. I believe that's, yeah, the proper red and black cloak. But we're not gonna use it, because I paid good money for my custom color turquoise and purple cloak. Get out. I think this might be the shortcut that I was actually thinking of. I could be wrong, though. Anyway, sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked. This? Yes, this is where that side shortcut was, with the statues that you can slide down. We'll circle back to Olrox's quarters and the arena once we get to the center of the castle. Oh good, more balloon pods. Speaking of, it is perfectly acceptable to use Chrysogrim. Oh, we already totally cleared out this room, huh? Neat. Black Panthers are a strange enemy. Oh, hello, Medusa. So, as you'd expect, Medusa tries to turn you to stone. Tries. Notably, the bosses that we've gotten the Dracula parts from have been Death, the Giant Bat, Medusa, and the Creature. All of those 4 bosses are bosses from the first Castlevania. And other than Death, all of them are bosses from the same boss rush in Rondo of Blood. Okay, so we've circled back around. I'm trying to figure out there's not really a convenient warp point. Anywhere near where we're trying to go. fastest options... Well, our fastest option would probably be just to head back down those couple of... or up those couple of towers and cut through Olrox's quarters. I think I'm gonna let that be a problem for next week me, though. I'm just gonna get back to the save point, and then we're gonna wrap things up. Right through here. So... I think we should be able to finish this up next week. I would imagine. There's really... I mean, we covered a lot of ground today. And there's really not that much more ground to cover. And even looking at a number of rooms. We've gotten through 1683. And there are 1,890 rooms total. And in this case, a room is just one of the little square sections on the map. So it's pretty likely that those remaining, like, 200 or so are... yeah, just over 200. Are in that central part of the castle. We can probably take care of that next time. I will be streaming Spider-Man tomorrow, and then getting back to this either Thursday or Friday of next week. So, till then, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you later, everyone.